Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren and this is Scorpionic Readings. Today's pick a card topic is taking a look at what you should continue to have faith, trust, and belief in at this time. There are three groups for today's reading. Group number one, your crystal is the Stingray, and your card is the Chipmunk and Laurel, Success. Group number two, your crystal is the Serpent. Your card is the Bear and Cedar with Leadership. Group number three, your crystal is the Fish. Your card is the Raccoon and Sycamore with Curiosity. So take as much time as you need to choose your pile or piles for today. When you're ready, you can head to the description box of this video. You will find a timestamp that will take you directly to your messages, and I'll meet you there. Hi there, pile number one. Welcome to your messages. Let's go ahead and dive right into today's topic, taking a look at what you should continue to have faith, trust, and belief in at this time. So here is your final guidance oracle card. I'm going to set that off to the side and we will take a look at that message at the very end of today's reading, so stay tuned for that. Let's look at your first messages. We have Lavender, surround yourself with love. Beautiful. Let's take a look at this one. Adventure, laughter, spontaneous, nature, and renewal. Okay, let's take a look at this one. The Veil, the future. Okay, let's take a look at your tea leaf as well. Let's reveal those before we keep going. We have the Star, guaranteed success. Beautiful. We have Bat, take care, enemies are working against you. Okay, we have Bow, you are highly thought of, as well as Success. My goodness, guys. I mean, okay, sorry for that noise if you heard that, but I just lost all thoughts. Success and the Star, guys. Guaranteed success within the Star card, as well as success as an astral house itself. You are highly thought of. Also, enemies working against you makes me think that in general you are in the spotlight at this time. You are at the center of attention. I'm even completely missing the card you chose to come to today's pile was the Chipmunk and Laurel with Success. Beautiful. And it's coming as well with a lot of fun and adventure. It's enjoyable. Like sometimes success is just like a relief, or yeah, you feel a sense of relief that you have finally finished out a project. You can close that chapter of the book, whatever it is, you can shut that away because you've completed it. You've seen the success. You have seen it all the way through to the end. But this is like continued abundance with the success. This is something you are going to enjoy very much, that you will be surrounded by people you love in this space who admire you, that you enjoy spending time with, as well as adventure, a lot of laughter, spontaneous activities that maybe you did not feel like you had access to prior to this situation coming about for you, as well as it is just more accessible with new resources. You have new connections. Even financial gain is bringing in a lot of spontaneous adventure into your life. And for some of you, that could look like going and booking a nature retreat. We see nature and renewal in there as well. So adventure, sometimes in readings personally, I'll get a message of like travel on the way or adventure on the way, and I don't usually resonate with that. Like, so I think there's a dual message of like, for some of you who would love a fast-paced, really true adventure-filled journey with a lot of new discoveries, going to new locations, new countries, that is within this reading, as well as the other side, which is lavender, surrounding yourself with love, engaging in self-care acts, doing retreats like spa days, booking a nature getaway, things like that. It's like both aspects are covered here for what you would really enjoy with your success, the possibilities that come with how you can travel, how you can vacation, how you can meet new people, explore new places. Even just your work is bringing you to these new spaces. Travel is part of your work, or otherwise it is something that supplements your ability to work really well, is to go get new experiences. Maybe you're like a writer is really what I'm thinking of, getting new experiences as, you know, material, if you're any kind of artist really, or otherwise being in spaces that allow you to work on your craft, to continue writing, to make up your masterful plan, whatever you guys are working on. That's what we're seeing. And the veil, it is unseen to you at this time. The whole message of today's reading is to encourage you to keep your faith in the thing that drew you into this reading, the thing that was on your mind. That is what we are talking about within this reading. And the veil tells me that maybe, again, you have suspicions at this point to whether or not you have been grounded in your planning, in whether or not you have been grounded in your belief has been questionable to you lately. But the veil, I feel that veil is going to be lifted soon. The future is going to be revealed as a pre-paved path that you were following unknowingly. It's really, really promising, this message. I think I might have jumped over this back card with take care, enemies are working against you, but we also have you are highly thought of. The idea behind those cards is the natural duality, I think, that comes with success, is those who can appreciate the fact that you are winning, the fact that you have achieved this outcome, and then those that could be more frustrated to see it happen for you because it is a goal that they share and they have not seen it come into their life, or otherwise it is something they are not a part of at all, have no experience in, and therefore have a lot of room for judgment. But the bright side, you are highly thought of. Again, there are those people who resonate deeply with what you're doing, even if they are not directly benefiting from what you do in terms of they're not, you know, like fans, they're not your clients, whatever it is, but rather the people that really care about you, the people who you feel like you were surrounded with love when you were with them. Those are the opinions that really matter to you at this point, and we see that those opinions consist of encouragement and thinking highly of you and what you have been doing in your achievement. So much success in this reading is really promised. Yeah, it's really, really a powerful reading for you guys. I'm so happy to see this. Let's bring out some tarot cards to get additional messages. What is this success going to entail for pile number 1, please? What is their success going to look like and bring them? Let's shuffle out. I have that card. I do want to take this one. Start with those. 7 of Swords. King of Wands. The Sun. Emperor. Wow. It's going to bring you a lot of power and strength going forward. It's the difference between the 7 of Swords, I do believe, has determination, has a goal in mind, is working really like behind the scenes to make things happen. The 7 of Swords we see kind of sneaking around and getting things done in the light of the moon when no one else is watching, when no one else is perceiving it yet, or able to fully understand what exactly your work has entailed to this point, even if it's looking inward and doing work on yourself. But we see that moving to being dominant in your outward appearance, and the energy and attraction that you put off outwardly changes very much so with this success. You're able to finally feel like a leader for once in your life. I don't know if you've ever really resonated with being a leader in terms of specifically collaborating with a group and being in charge of that and being the one that people look up to. You've always felt that you had the skills to do it, but you lacked the confidence to feel like you had the outward skills to please and to live up to the expectations that have been set for roles like this. And this is finally the time that either you are able to demonstrate those strong skills with confidence. It's not that anything has changed with your ability to do it. You've always contained the ability, but the fear is no longer there to limit you and hold you back from presenting that to the world. On the other hand, your experience of being a leader is in terms of being at the top of the leaderboard, is being number one, is winning in a competition, in a race, in submitting your work, in hoping you will be one of the lucky ones to win in some aspect. We see that that is the path you are heading on. Whatever is going to make you so happy like this that you would never expect. I saw 55 on the timer. It's a huge change. I believe it is unexpected, this happiness that will come from it. We talked about success being short-lived in some cases, or being more of a sense of relief than bringing a sense of pride toward what you had done. But in this case, we again see that continued and increased happiness and abundance coming from the fact that this happened for you. The Sun card represents that as well, going forward with so much joy and abundance and happiness. Coming out on top, being the one that people trust and turn to for guidance, all of these things are skills you were always capable of. And it's finally happening for you. It's a huge pivotal moment. So let's go ahead. I'm going to take a drink of water and then let's continue with tarot. Okay. How is this going to happen for the collective? What are the signs that this is near for them? It does feel like a pretty timely reading in the sense of whenever you watch it is, of course, the message is super relevant to that time naturally, but I do feel like there is a closeness to achieving this that I'm picking up on. Yeah, let's continue. How is this actually going to happen? Take one more. For group number one, how is this going to happen, or a timeline, any information we can get. King of Swords, Temperance, Ten of Swords, wow. The High Priestess, my goodness. It does give me a feeling of it being really around the corner, or around behind the curtain that the High Priestess is in front of in traditional tarot depictions, and she can represent a unseen secret. She can represent the future. We see that both our eyes are closed essentially, but there is vision coming through from the eyelids here and through this thin veil. The veil is thinning and the future is very close at this point. I'm thinking of the King of Swords in conjunction here with the Seven of Swords, and it does make me feel like this is again confirming the energy we spoke of that you are in right now, of putting in the same work, having the same skills and characteristics that will bring this success for you, but the only difference is it has yet to be platformed, it has yet to be put into the final environment in which it will thrive from, to be presented with that environment. And so the King of Swords is similar to that energy, is someone who has experienced both visibility and invisibility in their work, and who values both aspects, who values the ability to work behind the scenes, who values the ability to work without many eyes on them, who sees how that can benefit, but has the wisdom to know when it is time to expand, to bring in, the wisdom here to bring in other efforts, collaboration, to put yourself out there more. And temperance too, it's that balance of when it is appropriate to do both of those things at different times and to different degrees, depending on what the energies of your day-to-day are changing and demanding here. Yeah, the High Priestess, a secret, the unknown, but unknown is simply that. It is unknown. It is in existence, but has yet to be acknowledged. Your faith and your belief has been for good reason. Your confidence has been for good reason to this point. You have yet to see the full picture of the future here. Let's take a sneak peek at what else this will look like for. We talked about it's going to be continued happiness and abundance, so let's take a look. How is that going to play out for pile one? What else can they expect that we can know of now? We have Ace of Pentacles, so new opportunities for money, Queen of Pentacles, a lot of growth with a money project, with a money pursuit, Eight of Cups, and wow, Page of Pentacles, a lot about new opportunities with finances. It's kind of like your finances are to some level here going to, I see the same pose here with the Adventure card and the Queen of Pentacles. So your abundance, your success and stability with finances, with what you have built from start to great abundance, to great achievement with finances, is also what is going to allow you to do travel, to follow your intuition and flow with the things that will feed other areas of your life and your soul. Eight of Cups is like the permission that you feel like you now have to pursue other areas. There's a lot less pressure on success, of course, because you have received it. And for some of you, that success, we talked about success bringing relief. And for some of you, I get a sense of like other people were relying on you for this success, specifically money success. Perhaps you support or provide for others as well. And I see the freedom here to give up that pressure. Their responsibility was able to be fulfilled through the success. And so the pressure now has alleviated. We see that with the Eight of Cups, with moving forward. And then of course we have the Page of Pentacles, representing the way that you will be skilled with new opportunities. The way that you will handle them will be proving that you are meant to receive more and more, setting you up for more pathways that will bring you to even greater abundance, to complete your story. This is by no means the end of your story, is seeing the success once. You have so much more ahead of you. After that, there will be more challenges, there will be more wins, and that is what we focus on. We grow through all of it, and we come out better and wiser on top and more abundant. So let's go ahead and reveal your final guidance oracle card for pile 1. Best guidance for them here, we have Owl. Behold sight, O ancient ones. For there is magic in the darkest of places if one dares to open their eyes. The owl was significant. We spoke of wisdom just before I revealed this card. Wisdom is significant here, and wisdom is what brought you this vision in the first place. So continue using your wisdom to nurture this path for you, and success is coming for you very soon, pile 1. I hope you enjoyed those messages. Please do take the time to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it if you take the time to do those things. With all of that being said, pile 1, I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you in your next reading. Hi there, group 2. Welcome to your messages. Let's dive right in. So we have some oracle that we pre-shuffled out, as well as your final guidance oracle card. We will set that to the side and reveal at the very end of your messages, so stay tuned for that. So let's take a look, group number 2, what you should continue having faith, trust, and belief in. Your first message, Lighthouse, don't doubt your worth. Beautiful. I wanted to pull 2 cards from this deck. So we have Solitude, Contemplation, Quiet, Clarity, and Renewal, as well as Uncover, Dowsing, Pendulum, Answers, and Integrity. Okay. Skeleton with Strength. Wow. Let's take a look at these tea leaf. There's 3 different month cards in here. That's what came out, so we are going with it. We have the month of September. We have Wall, a misunderstanding. November. Throne, position of authority. You know what, this is actually working out perfect. December. And Door, opportunities are waiting for you. I'm so glad I went with my gut on that, because it totally makes sense the way I was naturally called to position these. It's making sense. Okay, so we have your first message, Lighthouse, don't doubt your worth. With the skeleton, it's like boiling it down to what you're made of, like what you are here for is what you put your worth in at this point, and know that you are enough because your plan is in place, and that means that you are enough. Like, yeah, boiling it down to the way that we all embody the same elements and characteristics to a certain degree, because we are all a part of the same species. We are all humans. And there's less of a focus on or pressure on your outer appearance at this time, as you are stepping into your faith and your confidence in yourself. Could be your message here is to uncover a new sense of confidence and faith, belief in yourself going forward. The thing that you are called to believe in is you. It's very clear for me with the skeleton. And the fact that we don't see her, we see her turned away. It's really a message of like, I can't say that word, being anonymous. And I'm not picking up anything other than the fact that there is a lot of self-worth within you. There is a lot of worth inherently that has been built into you, that has always existed, and is there because you exist. We're uncovering a lot of this, and through solitude, the focus is inward. The focus is on you. clarity and renewal. Answers are happening for you. This is going to be a very powerful fall and autumn season for you. Sorry about that. September through December, and of course starting now within August. I'm really excited for fall, and I know that it is going to bring the type of energy that I think you need to really get this final push and come out at the end of the year into an entirely new sense of being. Like, your entity is almost changing so much within the next few months that, again, we see like the anonymous aspect to you represented up here, because it's going to be different. I wanted to mention something about the hair, the dyed hair, so that could be significant. Growing your hair out, dyeing it. Let's take a look at what is laid out for you in September, November, and December with the tea leaf. So we start in September with a misunderstanding, a wall to climb, a glimpse into the future, perhaps the catalyst moment that kind of brings you to not turning back, choosing to leap over the wall, and perhaps that is difficult. I'm really thinking of you. I think it could look like maybe you have climbed a big wall, you've been on a long journey, and the way that you could be going is over the wall to the green, inviting pasture. But rather, I really do see the direction you're taking is misunderstanding, taking a leap of faith into the depth of the unknown within yourself, going to fight those shadows. Yeah, very much so, with skeleton showing up, doing shadow work, doing that deep, intentional work while you have been in solitude. That promotes this leap of faith to dive in and uncover. Maybe for some of you, it's kind of a sense of like you get a little bit of relief when summer kind of fades away each year, because there's a lot less pressure to do things, to go out. And naturally, this is a time that invites you personally to stay inside, and you do enjoy that. There are things that you kind of relish in when you are alone like that, and when it feels like everyone's inside, so there's no pressure to do anything. That's a time of year that you might kind of enjoy. And I think we see that September through December is going to be pushing you into that zone, that season, that fall, autumn, into early winter season. If you live in a place that has seasonal changes, of course. So November is like a time that seems like you're feeling quite on top. It's a time that is setting you up to really receive an opportunity that it looks like is waiting for you. Leadership is the card you chose to bring you to the pile, and then we speak of a position of authority within November. November is a time where you do have a lot of confidence in yourself. You have discovered a lot of self-worth. This "I am always enough" is said with confidence. You feel in control over your story. You feel like you can make the decisions about your appearance, about any kind of change that you want to make. You feel like you are the figure to say if that's okay for once in your life. You're finally feeling that way. You finally feel separate from judgment. I'm even seeing like mind separate from body. Your intuition, your mind power, your intellectual, the creativity. You value your mind a lot as well. And it's something that you should continue to have faith in and allow it to guide you, because it has guided you in a very wise way to this point. the leadership, lead through your head is what I'm thinking of. Or like your third eye, your vision. You could be a visionary and you have ideas that you have not. That could be the position of authority, is kind of like a spiritual awakening or something similar, where you are discovering qualities and strengths that you have inherently, that you were born with, wisdoms that you contained all along. You feel super fulfilled and confident through that belief and through those strong realizations that these are actually things I should highlight and prioritize as a guiding force going forward. This is something that I don't know that everyone contains. This is something very powerful and unique to me. That is how you're coming into authority around November. December. This is actually a very impressive pace and track for you. If you're thinking ahead, like all the way until December, I have to wait. Like the way I'm seeing this is an impressive rate of coming into a lot of clarity. And it's like your attraction and your manifestation was on point in November. And an opportunity awaits you very shortly after that procession through that month, through all that progress. What is this opportunity that will be waiting for pile number 2? What can they expect in December? Let's take a look. 9 of Pentacles, wow. The Tower. 5 of Pentacles. 8 of Swords, as well as, make room for one more, the King of Swords. In December, I feel like you're winning something, you are reaching a goal, a profit goal, something like that, that allows you to move on from a situation with the Tower card. To willingly put yourself in a place of perceived lack or perceived destruction of something you had going on. The key word is perceived by outer aspects, outer people in your circle who are not directly involved with the energy. This decision to remove something from your life could be viewed as putting you into lack. But that mindset is just so limited, and until you experience this yourself and know that your confidence was well-founded, no, people have yet to understand the power that comes from your faith. And what concerns them may not concern you. And I don't know if there's a good way for even me to explain that or for you to explain that to them, but that's the message. 8 of Swords. You hold a different perspective for sure. Like, you feel okay. You feel a little bit less, perhaps, than you had before. But that doesn't always mean it's bad that thing went away. It is an adjustment. And so what you see is opportunity looking up. What they see, again, with the dual perception, is a boundary, is a limitation through the decision that you have made. In December, we have King of Swords. This does feel like confirmation that you have made this decision wisely, and that it is going to put you forward in your progress. Let's take a look at what can we expect after December. What can we expect going into the new year? Let's take a look at these. Into the new year, secrets to be revealed. I don't know if we'll find out too much yet, but increase in your progression of your finances, progression of what you have won. The Wheel, continued fortune on this path, continued support, continued attention to what you're doing, meaning that it is supported. Acknowledgement, in this case, is synonymous with it is supported. Knight of Pentacles, wow. Yeah, the things that are needed as next steps will come in when they are needed, because again, acknowledgement equals support, and I'm speaking of like acknowledgement from the universe. It's acknowledged in the way of you were sent the opportunities and guided on the path that will bring you closer to the thing that the path you were going on. If you were never associating anything, coincidences, signs, confirmation, synchronicities with what you were doing, I think I saw 55 on the timer, and I just went to point on my viewfinder, but 55, whatever change, whatever you feel like isn't picked up on by your surroundings, I saw 15 on the timer, it means it should probably be changed. I hope that came through clear, but yeah, if it's not relevant, it's like if you click on a pick a card reading and your messages are not resonating at all, you are not holding any value or significance with what is coming out for your pile, the pile is not for you, the message is not for you. If it's being ignored, if you're not being acknowledged, it's not for you. And that is not the message, or that is not what is going to happen here for you. The message is that it will be seen and supported. And your evidence for that is the way that your tools and resources align for you to progress. What is the guidance for pile number 2 right now? Starting in August, or whatever time they're watching this reading, moving into this fall and winter season, what is their guidance before we reveal the final guidance oracle card? Let's see, how can they move toward this path now? I'm going to stop there. So we have the Hermit, Death and Rebirth, 10 of Wands, wow. King of Pentacles, continue holding the vision you have, because your expectations are not wrong, or they are not that far off from how far you think that this thing can go for you. King of Pentacles, focus inward. The message is focusing inward. The Hermit is all about introspection, gaining wisdoms through solitude, through a similar period like this of a story we laid out here from August to December of a lot of growth and transformation that is essentially rewarded at the end with this opportunity that will carry you into the new year. And Death and Rebirth, it is a flip of the switch, a flip of the tune of your life and where you feel like your path has been heading so far. Things are dropping away with the Tower card to reveal new. The path that you have set out toward is going to be successful. You are going to lead yourself through this, so much discovery as well through this process. You're going to change a lot. You are going to take back control of your life. You are making all of the calls at this point. And not only that, but you will see the support and the response back from the universe and your surroundings, letting you know that you are right. So let's reveal your final guidance oracle card. We have Divination. Take a breath, take it twice. Insightful reflections are guided by light. The Hermit card. Insightful reflections alone in solitude, guided by light, which is your guiding force, which is your soul, your passions, your self-love, is what fuels more inspiration and progress in your story, more elevation and ascension, continued development. I am so excited for you guys to see how this year ends out. Let me know in the comments if you have any idea what this could look like for you, what you are working on, what you envision at this point. I would love to know if you feel like sharing. But do take the time to like and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. If you do those things, it helps me grow a lot. With all that being said, pile number 2, I wish you the best of luck in this journey. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you in your next reading. Hi there, group 3. Welcome to your messages. Let's dive right in. We'll take a look at the oracle cards I pre-shuffled out. This will be your final guidance oracle card, so we will reveal that at the very end of your messages. Set that off to the side for now, and let's take a look at your first message. Pile 3, expectations. Don't seek anyone's approval. Okay, what should pile 3 continue to have faith, trust, and belief in? We have sovereign, ascension, transformation, visualization, and sacred. We also have trick or treat with mischief and play. Okay, let's reveal the tea leaf and get more specific aspects to what those oracle have revealed. We have eagle, triumph over troubles, and obstacles. Okay. Gong with an exciting event. Older woman, dealings or relationship with an older woman. Shield, you need to defend yourself. An older man, dealings or relationship with an older man, very interesting. So you need to defend yourself. I'm just going to speak on this message quickly, but I got a sense of a work dynamic of dealing with an older, and it's confirming to me like it really could be a couple, it could be a work relationship, and they're both in positions of authority, and you kind of feel like you were between the two of them, or maybe they're not in a relationship, but once again, they are both similar levels of authority or leadership over you at this time, but they could be butting heads, and you're almost in the middle of it at this time, and you have been noticing that. It's time to defend your peace in this situation and set clear boundaries for what is appropriate for you to be involved in, or just for you to have to acknowledge and witness and experience while you are trying to get work done or focus on more professional collaborative efforts. And there's this dynamic going on with a relationship with two people who are in authority. It's not right, like they seem to be in the wrong, and there could be an opportunity coming up on the schedule. You could have scheduled a review meeting for your position, and both of these figures will be present there, and I do feel like that is a time for you, or there is some time for you that will be appropriate to set aside to have this conversation and bring this truth to the light. You'll be triumphing over this. I think that a lot of people would share your same perception of how it affects them. And I think you could be going out and invoking a change for the better for a lot of people as well who would also be affected by this. You're kind of over it, like you're not going to feel bad or awkward or guilty about this. You're not seeking anyone's approval. You're like, foot down, like this is ridiculous and not something that I want to be a part of. There's so much about, with the raccoon, curiosity. We have mischief and play mentioned here. I'm getting aspects of like inner child coming through with not seeking anyone's approval and honoring who you have been every step along the way by no longer seeking approval, if that was a pattern that you have recognized you used to act in, or you were seeking a way to move away from that perspective, from that limiting belief that you were raised on. And I think some of you, this is, I like this message so far. It's really fun. Like, this is your moment to like cause some trouble and to stir the pot a little bit. It's exciting. I think you were like discovering a whole new fiery aspect of yourself that you did not know you were capable of. Like, I don't know if you're really witty and like you're going to say something that just like is appropriate, is professional. You're mindful with what you say, of course, but you're allowing yourself to like not follow the invisible structure or rules that everyone is made to believe is in place in basically any situation you put yourself in. We are following a system and a structure of rules and expectations that we were raised on. And you are testing this. You are doing so in a very like cheeky way. Like, you just kind of are less concerned with what even older generations would handle a situation. You are less concerned with what their grasp on your personality and what that means for your drive, for your work ethic, your intellectual, what they perceive. Your actions translate to poor judgment, to poor empathy, whatever it is, all of those things. But it's just simply wrong. Everyone is entitled to a belief, and again, it's a lot here about like societal expectations and structures that have been put into place, so no one here, it's both sides of the coins. Like, these people who believe the way they do in different generations from you, or who otherwise are different from you in some way with how they were raised and environment, cultural things as well, they are almost just as valid in their opinions to some degree. We're not talking about bringing other groups down here or any negative judgments like that, but you are freeing them just as much from their limitations by shrugging off their concerns in some way, in one way that is freeing more judgmental or conditioned, confined people to realize that sometimes fear means curiosity, or concern means curiosity, and you're teaching people how to have more fun, to be more joyous with how you handle things, to be more, to bring more humor into it as well. It's really exciting for you to like step into and really kind of embody this energy. You're leaning into an aspect of yourself that you knew was there, but it was only able to come out in certain spaces. Here, you're showcasing it to different groups, to a larger collective of people, to a larger audience, and it's really transformative to be doing this. So let's take a look. Can we take a peek closer into these energies of challenging a negative situation and doing so shamelessly, a little bit more boldly than you would have considered in the past, and of course then other people are happy with the fact that this is brought to someone's attention. 6 of Cups, 10 of Cups, High Priestess, and the Chariot. Wow. You're challenging, again, it's really kind of repeating to me the challenges you were putting upon structures, belief systems, the way you grew up, aspects of nostalgia showing up here with 6 of Cups, and redefining that for yourself. We spoke of, whatever that looks like, you're redefining for yourself. I'll show you this card up close. Your future perspective, that what you envision is in alignment with what is true to you, what is authentic to you. 7 The Chariot. This is a wish fulfilled that you did not know needed to be fulfilled so desperately until it is. This is feeding into so many other areas of your life. You can't even imagine how it's going to abound and what it will snowball into, the opportunities you will allow yourself to speak, to share, to receive opportunities, because this one moment is anchoring you in the belief that you were capable and that you did it here, you can do it again. It's inspiring. You're curious at this point. I think, speaking of what you grew up believing versus this new vision you're creating for yourself, I think a big shift here, like even an overnight shift, is your vision completely changing. The core of what you want is still there, but you are accepting a new face, a new location to place that vision onto or into, in terms of who you want to end up with, where you want to live, what that living situation looks like in general, work situation going forward. It's like overnight, something about that needs to change in your vision. Something needs to be written or replaced with a more accurate portrayal based on what you have learned recently. Self-love and pride is very relevant here as well for you guys. Let's see. What else can we uncover with this situation? What can pile 3 expect? More abundance coming. What can we take a look into their future and what they can expect coming out on the other side of this? We have the Tower. Again, your vision is crumbling down in the best way to allow it to build back up more authentic with new ideas from your vision. Your third eye is envisioning an entirely new reality with the Strength card coming in, and it is supported. It is guided by love for yourself, prioritizing rest, prioritizing self-care. It's guided by that, as well as pushing boundaries, pushing limitations, pushing negative opinions and perceptions, pushing back on those things, but coming back with a sense of love. If someone hurts you or offends you, I think you will call them on it, but if something they expressed invokes empathy in you, don't be afraid to be generous with your empathy. I don't know that there are many cases in which the archetype you are showing up here, very strong, very solid and confident, grounded and anchored within themselves because they have allowed the authentic version of that to come forward. I don't imagine a world where much harm can come from moving from an empathetic and authentic heart, letting that guide you, even to those who may not seem like they deserve it necessarily, but we spoke a lot about giving people grace for the ways they were conditioned to believe things. And again, I just want to be clear that this is in no way to excuse genuinely hurtful and judgmental, disrespectful energy toward others. It's for things that are, things that can be forgived, and things that are not inherently harmful or hurtful to people, to you. Yeah, let's take a look. I want to pull out another card for this spread here before we move along. Excuse me. 7 of Cups. You're gonna have a lot to choose from here, and in terms really of like expressing yourself, there's a lot before you could have felt limited for opportunities to be expressive and authentic. It could have been limited to like online spaces, to being behind a anonymous profile, like whatever it is. And your options for authenticity, for connection with your spaces that you are a part of, that broadens, and you can do it in public, you can do it in broad daylight, you can resonate with people through your appearance and through the spaces you find yourself frequenting physically, locations, things like that. Let's see, final messages of guidance before we pull out your last oracle card for the collective. Guidance to continue on this path. Four of Wands, continue celebrating and being bold and having fun and being a little more risky, because the Three of Wands, it is assured that you will be picked up from where you are when that place is authentic. When it is struggling to be authentic, you will always be picked up. You will always be found and returned home. Death and rebirth. Wow. As well as the Devil. It's an invitation to your wildest dreams. Like, I can't even begin to explain the joy that is going to be found within this new space, within the allowance of yourself to go into this space, to venture into it, to anchor into it as well. This is an invitation that is well worth taking. There, again, I can't emphasize enough what you will discover on this pathway. You'll never look back. You will think back and wonder, what would have happened if I kept going down the path I did? This isn't a challenge ahead of you to navigate. This is accepting your truth as the first step. Speaking it into existence as the first step, and that will feel freeing in itself to allow you to continue with baby steps with this progress. And again, where you will go is unpredictable in the best way. It's really exciting. I am so happy for you guys. Let's go ahead and reveal this final guidance oracle card. We have altar, a sacred devotion, a worship skin deep rising from the ash, the waters you keep. Your guidance is to go to that sacred space. And for you, a sacred space looks like somewhere where you feel free, where you have a lot of fun, where you feel very expressive. I see the Four of Wands represented in this altar card. This is life's enjoyable, pivotal moments. This is celebrations. Celebrating yourself is your altar. Being in spaces where everyone celebrates themselves and one another, that is your altar. Seek that out. Enjoy this path. Enjoy this time. Pile 3, I hope you enjoyed these messages. Please take the time to like and subscribe to the channel. If you would like to comment about what you have going on, I would love to hear about how you perceived this reading and how it applies to your situation. But with all of that being said, I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you in your next reading.